Not the big old smile. Hi, everybody. This is Kamal, and my name is Sonia. And we've come together as mother and son to say hello. Because Kamal won the photo bomb as usual, but he hasn't done it in a very long time. So I gave him a couple of seconds to bomb the way he needs to bomb, and then he has to bomb on out of here.
My favorite rapper is Ski Mask, the Slump God.
And it was his Earth Day recently. Hi, Tambourine Shirt. Hi, Larnay. Say hello to all the folks. Come out.
Hello.
Okay. Weekly rundown. Look at that big boy. Look at that big boy, right? Somebody said Lamar? No, Kamal. But I know the spell check did that.
I have a friend named Lamar.
Do you really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We're going to set you up here. Hi, Miss Bliss Bliss. Are you going to get in or are you going to get out? All right. Get out of here then, kid. I know. Thank you. All good. Hello, everybody. Hi, Tatiana. Hi, Yaya. Everybody's doing. Houses. Everybody is doing. Oh, thank you. That little boy is getting big. He turned 15 last week. And we are happy about it. He's a straight A student. He's an awesome artist. Yep, that was him. Look, he's an awesome artist. And he is incredible on the field of football and basketball. 15, that boy is big. That boy is big. All right, let's get down to business because we're not going to be on this thing for long. But let me remind you guys, remind you that we're coming to Atlanta next week. Yay! His birthday was on the 28th. We're coming to Atlanta this week. Yay! Next week on the 15th. March 15th, I will arrive, and we have a day of private readings on March 16th. And then also on the 17th will be an intro to astrology workshop. Honestly, it'll be a lot like what I've done online in the past, but a couple a little bit more surprises. There are still a few spots left. Thank you, Bliss Bliss. There's some spots, and Yaya is gonna be in the house. I'm so glad Yaya is gonna be there. I'm so glad like a couple of people are for sure gonna be there because I've been waiting. To hug and just love up on some folks. So please come through if you can. You can sign up for this workshop and a private reading, one or the other. It's totally up to you. Go to my website at wordlifeastrology.com/news. That's wordlifeastrology.com/news, and click on the icon that has the picture, the landscape picture of Atlanta. Alright, I'd really appreciate it if you can come through. Do that things because it's not a lot of, people are interested, and I understand that some people don't plan and they have to get their money in order, but folks are sliding on in and they're grabbing up these spots. So I'm hoping that you don't wait to the last minute if you really have it in your heart and mind to come and join us. Sonia in Atlanta is epic. Bliss, you're funny. You're absolutely funny. I love it though, and it's going to be fun. So come on through, all right? Okay, let's talk about this week. This week and its rundown is happening quicker than quick. Why? Because tomorrow, there's a lot of energy that's going to be switched up because all of these Pisces planets are about to get interrupted by a couple of Aries planets. Venus and Mercury will go into Aries tomorrow. Open the drawer, boy. He's trying to open the drawer all slow. I don't want to make any noise. Venus and Mercury is gonna go into Aries tomorrow. Okay? Which means that we're gonna start thinking faster, thinking more innovatively, wanting to love up on people, wanting to share our worth and our beauty and our joy with folks a little bit more expedient. You understand? Like feeling like we need to get it out. What's so interesting about this time too is that it feels like we've been holding back a lot of this energy, a lot of especially the love. Venus part, right? We've been holding back a lot of the love from certain people and certain family members because we've been so involved with what it is that we're doing, right? Involved in what it is that we're doing, being contemplative, being connected to spirit, being elusive in our own ways. That when Venus goes into Aries, it's about loving quickly. It feels like you're trying to make something up with the people that you love. Let me make this up. Let me make this up. I want to caution you. I want to caution you because Aries and Venus is good for a whole bunch of reasons, right? It allows you to be courageous in a lot of different ways. It allows you to initiate some wonderful things when it comes to your worth and your value system. Like all of a sudden you feel like pumped up, like, God damn it, I could do this thing. You start cabbage patching and you like, want to throw a little hand up here and there, and that's cool. It's cool to have that independent feeling back again, right? And that worth and that knowing that you can do this. Like after this contemplative moment that you can do this. But I would caution you in the fact of doing it too quickly. I would caution you, welcome the new person on Periscope. I appreciate you being here. I caution the new fact that you do it, the fact that you do it too quickly, because sometimes when Aries energy moves fast, it makes mountains out of molehills, and then it forces itself to be combative. It forces itself to be the fighter. It like backs itself. It finds a way that way it gets backed up. Thank you for sharing on Facebook. I totally appreciate you. I do, Miss Thomas. Thank you. It feels like you get backed up in a corner and then you have to fight your way out of it. Yes, I miss you too. Oh, baby. You should join the village. We talk all the time. By the way, the village, if you go to my website, wordlifeastrology.com/news, you can join 70 plus of us growing and evolving. It's a 9-month stint, and we share a whole lot more information than this little thingy that we're doing here. But it's all good because I like sharing with y'all. So check this out. Back to the situation at hand. So the thing is that when you move too fast, especially coming out of this dormant, elusive Pisces energy, which we will continue in this wise energy of feeling what you need to feel internally from the inside out. From the inside out, we'll understand that like sometimes you can move too fast because it's almost like waking the sleeping bear. It's almost like putting a cattle prod underneath you and you want to just jump off the cliff and make it happen. Cuidado. Cuidado, because the point of the matter is that nothing happens before it's time. So if we push ourselves into a situation that shouldn't be done as quickly, and we still have to stay in this meditative space in order to figure it out from the like the chicken ain't cooked all the way, but you want to take it out and eat it when it's pink a little bit, but it's golden on the outside, you may be disappointed. So here's the way we can utilize this mental energy of Aries, this Venus energy of Aries, right? Continue to plan and execute as it comes your way. Aries energy is really good at being Johnny on the spot, like that, right? Really good at just figuring out right there in the moment, because Aries energy is self-centered. Aries energy is industrious. Aries energy is independent, and it doesn't need anybody's permission to do too much of anything. But we're still in Pisces season. We're still in Pisces season, so you got to have the old man exist with the young child. How you going to do that? You got to have the old wise one of Pisces exist with the exuberance and the juvenile attitude of that Aries energy, right? We talked about this extensively in the village. Please join us, wordlifeastrology.com. Thank you for sharing. blissbliss.com/news, right? So, bust this. So, as this information is changing around, as Mercury and Venus is doing its thing, as you can have the tendency to get a little bored with people that are around you, because now you want adventure. Now you want adventure. Now you want to be out there. As it's changing up, Jupiter is about to go retrograde on Thursday. We already talked about that happening. Jupiter will be going retrograde and the moon will be in Scorpio. Jupiter's in Scorpio, the moon will be in Scorpio. It is a possible concoction for a little bit of combativeness, right? Because like we talked about in the village, that Aries energy goes up against that Scorpionic energy. It's like fire up against passion. It's like determination up against combativeness. And you have to do yourself a favor by inching towards it bit by bit and using the wise energy of Pisces still to know exactly what it is that you need to attack and know what needs to be had. Like I'm saying, like picking your battles, understanding where you fall and understanding what you need to fight. And some of the fights and some of the battles you just have to leave. That's all this week. But the biggest star, the biggest change that's happening this week is Jupiter going retro on Thursday, right? Jupiter going retro on Thursday in Scorpio. All of these beautiful blessings, and I know we talked about this before, right? All of these wonderful, wonderful blessings that are coming, that have been coming, wherever Scorpio falls in your chart, that you've been privy to, right, will have a chance to be not only reconciled but re-evaluated. I was just explaining to Kamal. He asked me, what you going to talk about? I said, well, one of the things we're going to talk about is Jupiter going to retrograde. He's like, really? Is that the only planet in retrograde? I said, well, it will be this week, and then Mercury goes into retrograde on the 22nd. But we'll save that for another time, right? He asked, well, what does it mean for Jupiter to be in retrograde? And I gave him the analogy. It's almost like if I give you a whole bunch of candy and I tell you that this candy is for you and you sit it on top of the refrigerator and you let the candy just sit there. When Jupiter goes into retrograde, Jupiter is your candy, by the way, right? Jupiter is your Skittles. Jupiter is your rewards and your opportunities, in which sometimes we need to reevaluate when it goes retro. But when it goes retro, you go to the top of the refrigerator and you pull that candy out and you go, wow, I got 5 pieces of Skittle. Wow, hi sweetie pie. I got 7 freaking Kit Kats. I didn't realize I had all these candy. Yeah, you have all this candy. So the bottom line is that it's very, very important for every planet that goes retro to go retro, because we as human beings do our best to stay in our head and our human nature about things. Why? Because we want what we want when we want it. We want to be over situations when we want to be over situations. We want the chicken to cook faster than what the chicken is cooking. Back to that analogy, right? We don't want to meditate all day. We want to meditate for an hour because we got money to make. We got people to meet. We got things to do. We got errands to run. Nothing is done before it's time. And when we reevaluate these blessings that are given to us, that's coming from a really deep space, by the way. Scorpio, Jupiter in Scorpio is hella freaking deep. So these are like the blessings and stuff that you really miss by. Why? Because we're moving too fast. Squirrel, I love being who I am. I love being a black woman. I love being a human being. But oftentimes it is a disadvantage, because if you look at nature, going back to the point that I was about to make, I'm trying to expand it right now. You look at nature, you see that it doesn't rush. The trees don't rush. The flowers don't rush into bloom. The goddamn ants are doing what they need to do when they need to do it and get the flowers when they need to get the flowers and the foods. They don't rush. We find a way to rush into things due to competition, due to ego, due to our feelings being caught up, due to a whole bunch of other things in which we can never ever really control. I'm warning y'all for this week. If you don't hear anything that's being said right now, here is the warning for this weekly rundown. Take your time, even though you want to move fast, even though the energy is shifting. It's only a gear up. It's only a rev up. It's only a nice little oil change in which you feel like, oh, shucks, we about to do this thing. And you feel like you're getting the energy, but you can't take off too quickly. But the chicken ain't finished, and we're reevaluating starting on Thursday all of the rewards that, by the way, Jupiter will be in retro all the way until July 10th, my grandmother's birthday. God bless her soul. All the way till July 10th. That's where Jupiter will be in retrograde. So you got 4 months to really reevaluate what you've been screwing over or bypassing or taking for granted. It is long, but it's a good long time, and it's a good deal, because even though it's 4 months and even though you're evaluating, here's the beautiful thing about it. It's going backwards, retro, going over a space in which it already covered. So when it goes direct, that means you're given the opportunities again. How dope is that? It's almost like you recognize that the candy is up there. You eat the candy, but then you find a coupon for some more candy. So now you got more candy on top of the candy that you slept on the top of the refrigerator. I'm just saying. Jupiter stays retro for a long time, Yaya. Again, it's the reason. That's the reason. Hence the reason. So you can see what you've been missing. You can appreciate it and get more of it. And the next time you get it, here's what's number one on your list. Share it. The next time you recognize the blessing, here's how abundance continue to flow. You share it. You open up your heart and you give. You give. Past your ego, past your emotions, past your sense of control, right? You just give, because that is the lesson of the blessings. That is the lesson of abundance. The fertile moments is that the more we give, the more we receive, and it keeps going on and on and on and on. It's beautiful. So recollect, revisit what it is you've been kind of sleeping on. All right. Again, that starts on Thursday. As the week ends out, there's a bunch of squares that's happening with emotional nature. But let me tell you something. Don't allow it to get the best of you. Do yourself a favor on Friday night to go out and have a good time. And then on the weekend, maybe you can get to some responsible moments in your life, i.e. wash your clothes, you know what I mean, tidy things up, make sure you're a little bit more organized in your life, take care of things, and start a disciplined regimen for yourself. What does that look like? Maybe for the next couple of weeks, as these Aries planets are coming on in, I can start to gear up, like get together with this diet that I want to get on, go buy this new wardrobe that I want to buy, like start writing it down, the priorities that's going to help you to shift into this new year, this new season. Why? Because the spring equinox is basically the new year of, according to astrology, is the new year. It starts the new season, the spring, the new year, because spring is the first season of the year. Y'all get what I'm saying? So the point of the matter is write it down. Get organized this weekend. Make that thing work, so as we clean out our houses and as we prepare, we can walk into this new space with the sun shining, knowing that we're ready. Because your ancestors are watching. Because your guides are watching. And those that you pray to, whether it be Buddha, Mary, Joseph, Jesus, God himself, herself, you dig, are going to see if you're ready. That's for real. So what work are you doing now to prepare yourself? All right, I'm going to go. Nice talking to you. Nice seeing you. Hit me up on Instagram at Wordlife Sonia Marie. Instagram, Wordlife Sonia Marie. I'm on Facebook, as you already know. Sonia Marie's Wordlife Astrology, Sonia Marie. And I'm going to be in Atlanta. Sign up now. People are swooping the spaces next week, 16th and 17th of March. Join the village. Go to my website and get all this information at wordlifeastrology.com/news. I'm so glad you tuned in. And thank you for sharing. Thank you for being alive and being you. You're so special. Bye, everybody.